Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Friday, the 20th of November, comes to you from the Canary Islands, my last day down here getting some winter sun. So we start by looking at the dollar index, teetering along the bottom, looking increasingly like we will take out the September low. 5 downside targets on the short-term 60-minute chart. So that's really telling us. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, my 60-minute chart, my long, medium-term view of the market. Looking at the euro, that means we're seeing euro strength, and we're not yet close to taking out the September high there for euro dollar, but this is looking increasingly like a flag pattern that will then break higher. We do have downside targets and a downward trend on the longer term point and figure chart, but short term we've got quite a few upside targets. Looking at sterling, we're sitting at 132.66 against that weaker dollar, so sterling is just gradually improving, and against the euro we're sitting at 111.77. Bitcoin sitting at $18,288, pushing all the way towards this 19,700 target. An amazing few weeks there on Bitcoin. We see the weekly candles really motoring now. We've got a short-term target to 19,545. We're pushing towards that $20,000 mark. Looking at the S&P 500 index, we were up yesterday, not by a massive amount. We're still struggling to hold these highs. And in the NASDAQ, of course, we still haven't managed to take out that August-September high. So for the moment, we are just struggling to break to new highs. We've got upside targets not yet activated and downside targets that will only be negated if we make new highs. So the market has that indecision at the moment. The Dow was up very slightly as well yesterday. The futures today are lower. The S&P future is down 1/3%, and the Nasdaq E-mini future is only down slightly, but it does suggest the market will open lower. The VIX volatility has ticked up a little bit, sitting at 23.25, but for the moment, the fear index is giving us not much cause for concern. UK FTSE 100 index, the future is up 0.2%. The DAX cash market is up slightly, and the CAC Quarante is up just over 1/3. Looking at the Japanese market, it was down slightly. The Hang Seng was up 1/3%, and the Chinese market was up nearly 0.5%. So we are just seeing an improvement there. And the Sensex in India was up 0.86%. So pushing to new highs there. Indian market looking really strong. The Aussie market was down very slightly. Gold sitting at 1866. So just struggling to get to that bullish level. We haven't activated this bigger downside target, but we do have a little mini target there, and we do have downside targets now on these medium and long-term charts. So there is a risk, and we've moved below the cloud, that gold will pull back further. But for the long-term chart, still looking very bullish indeed. And for the moment, if we can make new highs, we activate this this target of $3,000. Of course, we need to go to new highs to do that. Silver, the picture looking similar, of course. US 10-year yields shrinking back further down to 0.84%. They were in the high 90s only a week or two ago, so it's really just changing. Quite a lot of volatility in the bond markets at the moment. Looking at the energy mix, Brent crude is up 0.5%. WTI is actually down 0.12%, and US nat gas is actually up 1%, sitting at $2.62, but still very much in a downtrend there. Coal is down 0.25% this morning. It's very much range bound, as we see with these key levels marked on the chart. And if we look at emissions, pulling back yesterday, we are again in that trend. We're holding the short-term bull trend, but we do have these downside targets hanging over us. So the picture has changed a little bit from where we started the week. Of course, remembering we were bullish on emissions, still slightly in the money, but it is looking a little bit less good than it was. UK gas down 1.6%. You're seeing gas markets really falling away. We posted on LinkedIn yesterday, TTF really falling to multi-month lows. So that's a very bad day there yesterday in the gas markets. And it's just put us into this real clear trend. We had lots of downside targets. They've actually been exceeded now. Winter gas, much the same picture, and we're seeing a push lower there with downside targets. German power down 0.65%. So we've nudged that 40 euro mark, but just couldn't hold on to it. And we've gone back into short-term bearish territory with downside targets. Another downside target, some 5% lower. Taking a look at Nordic power really continuing to fall. How low can we go? And we're seeing here targets way, way lower, and the same true of the quarterly contract as well. So for the moment, we really are seeing power markets just falling away. That's it for today. Until Monday, have a great weekend. Happy charting. See you then.